In this video, we find ourselves on some very wet roads en route to this otherworldly area, which is an absolute playground of technical obstacles. As we're driving there, I want to tell you that as part of this video, we are going to do a giveaway. We are giving away 2 GearAmerica synthetic soft shackles and 1 GearAmerica G.O.L.D recovery ring. These 3 items will be a single package that goes to the one winner of the giveaway. I'll tell you more about the giveaway later in the video. Now also, before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to our new friend Landon. He's 3 years old, he lives in Colorado, and he is a big fan of our site. So thanks for watching, Landon. And hey Landon, this next big puddle, it's just for you. All right, that was a good puddle. So we do get to the area that we were headed for, and we just sort of start playing around on the obstacles. And in this video, we are going to give some tips on winching and recovery, because inevitably when we start goofing around like this, somebody gets stuck. On this trip, if you had to guess, which one of the 3 of us do you think got stuck? It's me, my friend John, and my brother Steve that are on this trip. I thought it was going to be me for sure when I started sliding down this off-camber section of snow. It was a little sketchy there for just a minute, but luckily the front air lockers were able to pull me around, and all I suffered was a nice ding on the passenger side rock slider.
Hard right, hard right. Hold the drop, hold for the drop.
Well, I managed to get out of there with some help from the spotter. And now here's my brother Steve playing around a little bit. And while we're watching him, let me just comment real quick on the winching and recovery tips we're going to give. The purpose here is not to give the most important winching and recovery tips. There's a lot of videos that give, say, the top 10 most important recovery tips. So we like to give tips that are relevant to the situation that we happen to find ourselves in and that you might find useful. And the situation that we found ourselves in here was John's rear differential, high centered on a rock. And tip number 1 is, before you get a kinetic rope out or attach a winch to the vehicle, get your high lift jack out and raise the back axle and throw some rocks under the tires, and you should be able to drive right off. And in fact, you're going to see that that is exactly what happened. Well, sort of. John drives the back axle right over the rock, and the front axle gets stuck on the exact same rock. Now, I can tell you with certainty that after exhaustive deliberations at camp that night, that it was determined conclusively that it was not my fault that this happened. It was not John's fault that it happened, and it was not Steve's fault. I'm pretty sure we all concluded that some volcanic gas pushed the rock up higher than it had been. And that's why tip number 2 is more important than tip number 1. Well, okay, tip number 2 is to plan for secondary obstacles. You need to plan the entire extraction. So back here when we were lifting the car, we should have also prepped front end of the car so it had a rock ramp, or we used recovery boards to build a ramp, or steered the car such that it would go up over the rock. But it all turned out okay because this gave us an opportunity to do a winch extraction, which in turn gives us an opportunity to talk about GearAmerica. We are not sponsored by GearAmerica. We're not paid by GearAmerica. They're just a cool company that makes good stuff and agreed to participate in this giveaway. So we are going to do this recovery using the GearAmerica products that are featured for the giveaway. First, this is the G.O.L.D Snatch recovery ring. It has a 48,000 pound minimum brake strength, a 24,000 pound working load limit, and it's 100% 6061 aluminum and is made in the United States. You can use this for redirection or for compound pulls. We're going to use it here for a 2-to-1 pull. The soft shackles that you see being used are the GearAmerica 1/2 inch synthetic soft shackles. They have a 45,000 pound braking strength, also made in the United States. Information on how to participate in the giveaway is in the description to this video. But basically all you need to do is subscribe to Overland Pacific Northwest, leave a comment to this video that contains the word GearAmerica, and you will be eligible to win. We do not collect any personal information from you. We send an email to GearAmerica and they will ship directly to you. Well, this winch pull was done using the GearAmerica recovery ring to create a 2-to-1 mechanical advantage. And that brings us to recovery tip number 3, which is to go ahead and use a 2-to-1 mechanical advantage when winching, and we seem to be doing that more and more often. And the reason for that is it just seems to be so much easier on the equipment, the gear, the winch, and the winch line, and all the component parts. Well, with that, John drove himself out and we went on with the rest of our trip. This has been a short video, mostly a giveaway to say thanks to all our viewers. It's all good fun, guys. Thanks for watching.